spoke, but they diverted their attention just as these violent mobs headed to the Capitol.
Okay. Another thing that Sund has said is that a request for additional military backup was rejected by a House security official ahead of the attack. Is he still standing by that claim?
Yes, he says 2 days before the attack, he told the then House Sergeant-at-Arms, Paul Irving, that he wanted assistance from the National Guard. Sund said Capitol Police were expecting a large event, so they pushed out their security perimeter with police bike racks, and he wanted the Guard support along that perimeter. But he said Irving expressed concerns of the optics of having a military presence surrounding the Capitol.
And now Sund and Irving and Irving's Senate counterpart, Michael Stanger, they have all lost their jobs. How much is Sund still defending his actions and the actions of the Capitol Police at this point?
He is quite a bit. He said that he called for all hands on deck that day for his agency with 400 to 1,500 officers on duty, and he saw them fighting for their lives. And while they expected violence, he disputes reports that his agency received warnings of the scale of attack that we saw. He also rejects that bias or systemic racism played a role in the decisions leading up to or on that day. And he says he spoke to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi 3 times on the 6th, the last time being at 6:25 p.m. that evening. That was a joint call with Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to ensure their return to their chambers. The following afternoon, Pelosi said she hadn't heard from Sund and asked for his resignation, so he submitted it. He did say perhaps congressional oversight of Capitol Police may have had a role to play in security failures.
I know a number of groups are investigating this incident. I think they'll find that it's a very convoluted, bureaucratic method of maintaining security at the nation's capital.
We're likely to learn more in a review of what happened, which will be led by retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore, who commanded the troops during Hurricane Katrina. Sund, meanwhile, says he's cooperating with all of the...
Buprenorphine, a drug that sharply reduces withdrawal symptoms and opioid cravings. Federal officials dropped a long-standing requirement that doctors treating opioid addiction get extra training and a waiver before prescribing buprenorphine. Admiral Brett Giroir is Assistant Secretary in the Health and Human Services Department.
This change is earth-shaking to the substance use community, and I do believe it will save thousands or tens of thousands of lives.
This comes as part of a broader effort to destigmatize medical treatment for Americans caught up in the opioid epidemic. Keith Humphreys, who studies addiction treatment at Stanford University, says it was long overdue.
You didn't need any extra training to prescribe buprenorphine for pain, nor did you need any extra training to prescribe OxyContin. So if you can do those things, it really made no sense that you couldn't prescribe buprenorphine for addiction.
Dr. Patrice Harris, who heads the American Medical
Demeanor, and
ona mówiła.
he did it.
Was that movement quality something you wrote into the script?
No, Peter brought that quality. Everything else was in the stage play. The raincoat, the cigar...
Widzisz, migają, patrz do przodu.
Wow, mówiłem ci, że to samochód tak policjowy albo to.
To nie jest policja.
Ja mówiłem, że to nie jest samochód z blinkers.
Tak.
Nie.
Tak.
Nie używa.
Ty jesteś nie blinkers.
Szybko jechaj, musimy ich walnąć do ich samochodu.
Nie możemy.
No możemy.
Nie, bo nie zapomniałeś migać. Zapomniałeś kręcić.
A nie zapomniałam.
Co to, mama nie ma tego? Tak, bo internet. Tak, wiem.
Yes, we were under contract at Universal.
Dog Lata tutaj las był.
Tak, ohydny. Ojej, ktoś jest, popatrz. Ile piesków? 1 czy 2? 1. Ładny czy